Hi guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Please grab your teas, grab your coffees, and of course maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. You know what it is, let's take a sip of black coffee. Going, on my Spyro coaster with my artsy door mug on show. Oh, yes, guys. All right, then. And if you're new here today and you're into retrospectives, complete and boxed experiences, art and graphic design, and, of course, the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And if you are really liking what you're seeing here today and you want to get notified when a video goes live, then, yeah, just pop on your notification bell. Anyway, we are going to get straight into it today, guys. We are going to be doing a complete and boxed experience of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince on the PlayStation 2. Yes, David, a massive fan of the channel, did gift me this for my birthday, and he knew this was the final PlayStation 2 game that I needed to complete my gaming franchise. And yeah, that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to be having a look at the front, we're going to be having a look at the back, of course, the disc and the beautiful manual. So yeah, here we go. All right then, so straight into it here, and we are greeted with Harry Potter himself looking down the camera with his wand at the ready, and I would say this just gives off a vibe of mystery, magical mystery. I have said that, I think, in other Harry Potter videos that I've done, yeah, and I actually don't mind this. Now, up until now, we've been having a look and a real deep dive into these beauties. These are the nostalgic ones, aren't they? And I just love how they use the actual character models, or pretty much near enough, of the actual game themselves. However, when it got to Goblet of Fire, when it got to that kind of stage, yeah, they started to use the actual images of the actors themselves. And yes, I believe that is when the Harry Potter magic, and it's a shame because, and so ironic because Harry Potter is so magical, isn't it? But I believe that was when the PlayStation 2 era of that kind of game, that Harry Potter kind of game, yeah, lost it. It lost it. It just didn't really bring, this, I would say, storybook feel to it, And at the end of the day, Harry Potter is a book, do you know what I mean? And you want that cozy storybook feel. And yet, looking at something like that to this, yeah, not that impressive. But I do have to say, out of all of the games where they have used the real actor, I would say this is the best looking box, I do have to say, because they have resorted back to, I would say, actually more animated stuff in the backdrop there. I really do think this gives me Prisoner of Azkaban vibes, and I did just hold that up there. It's that same blue. It's that same wavy clouds that are, mysteriously lurking in the backdrop there, which I really do like. You've still got like those dark elements there. Just, I don't know, giving that gamer very much like, oh gosh, there's going to be quite dark scenes in here. But I do like the subtle blues and the lights that are there. So there may be times where there is actually gameplay of wonder and actual magic and not so dark scenes, which I think is definitely prevalent in this box. And again, I would say, that here as well. And what I mean by that is, there is going to be humorous times. I'm sure Ron definitely was acting like an absolute lunatic, wasn't he, throughout most of the games, and in this one as well. And yeah, I would say this is very much the same. You know, you have got those lighter, subtle colours there that would give a little bit of that cozy feel, bringing it back to those gamers that were really invested in those earlier Harry Potters. But again, this is just my interpretation of it. You know, I'd say that little dash of light there and that dash of light there, which may give actually a bit more of a cozy feel. But then yes, you have got those darker scenes there that then really highlight that Harry Potter logo there, which is really, really awesome. So again, just my artist interpretation going in there, and that's what I think. But I do love how they have actually used those blues fading into greens there. I think that almost gives me the lake that is surrounding the castle as well. We all just love that lake there, don't we? And that kind of, it almost acts as sea vibes as well. Oh gosh, yeah, you can interpret that lovely flutter of colours there however you want, but for me, it's I don't know, water. It's just water. Yes, it probably is actually clouds and sky, but for me, it's just, it just gives water. But yeah, I think it is just like the night sky there, probably the moon actually. But actually, no, I'm actually right there, just at the backdrop there is that splash of water there, that sea. So yeah, really, really lovely. But like I said, they have used the real actor there, and there's nothing wrong with that. Harry is very much doing his piece there. It is just Harry looking down the camera. I don't know, he's not really screaming like action, but he is kind of giving that vibe of steadiness, almost like we've only got one mission, and that mission is to just get this job done. Let's find out where Voldemort is and let's just try and kill him. You know, I think that is just kind of like the general vibe as we kind of got into those later films and books, that it was just his one mission, wasn't it? To just find Voldemort and just kill all those Horcruxes, and, you know, that was his main mission, and he's just focused. And okay, that's fine. But maybe as a gamer, that's not what you might want. For me, I don't think that's what I want in a Harry Potter game. I want this, you know, looking up, you know, looking at what that next scene might provide, a little bit of urgency, you know, and we have got, you know, the Dementor here, you know, as a game, like, yes, okay, there's going to be a bit of action, there's going to be a boss fight, do you know what I mean? You know, in this one as well, Chamber of Secrets, you know, you've got the basilisk there, you're like, and you know, Harry's ready to take him on, you know, that is screaming again, action for the gamer. This one here, you know, Harry probably about to learn his first spell, yes, to take on enemies coming at him left, right and centre, yes, absolutely. But with this, unfortunately, no, it just streams, you know, one mission, and that is to just go for it, very focused. And yeah, again, maybe not for me. Don't think it really worked too well for many other gamers as well, because I think that is where, unfortunately, these games lost the magic. And it's such a shame to say that, because it is all about the magic, isn't it? But yes, there we go. Just going into the other basics of the PlayStation 2 box there, we have got that lovely PlayStation 2 logo just up there, nice thick banner. And then again, we just let the box art do the talking. Really nice. Nothing too much going on there. Thank you, Warner's Brothers and EA, actually, for just subtly placing your logos to the side there, because pretty much up until the later releases, they had this big old banner going round there at the bottom, and again, it was taking away some of the lovely artwork that has been used in these boxes. So yes, you know, even in the first Harry Potter here as well on the PlayStation 1, they still had this big old banner going around there, and yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. Let more of that awesome box art shine through. And then, yeah, annoyingly, when these box arts, you know, aren't too appealing, that's when they decide to just pop them to the side there. But anyway, I digress. We will flip this over to the back, and we'll take another swig of coffee, actually. Come on, before I lose my words. Let's go, artsy door mug. Lovely. Okay then, so yeah, on the back we are greeted with Dumbledore himself. Yes, now I love Dumbledore, best character in all the films, I would say. Yeah, he's there, he's ready, and I guess he's ready to take on anything that comes in his way as well, and he so is, pretty much. So yeah, but again, they have used a real actor, and I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, if you're a parent, I don't know, going into the game store for your first time, maybe, I don't know, and this is very, very, very stereotypical now, but, you know, dad's got the PlayStation, you know, he knows about all the games, you're taking you, and, you know, but mum's taking you, this is very stereotypical now, I do apologise, but, you know, mum's taking you to the game store, and, you know, she picks up this, and she's, you know, looking at, is this the film? Is this the film? You know, she might pick it up thinking it's the goddamn film. Do you know what I mean? That's just, I don't even know why I said that, but it just actually, it gives me more of like, oh, this is the film that you can watch on the PlayStation 2. And she might pick it up thinking, right, okay, let's pop it in. Do you know what I mean? And kind of like bought it for herself rather than the kid. I don't know. Would you agree? Or is that really, really stereotypical and I shouldn't have mentioned that? I don't know. But we'll get these comments rolling in here. But it could have been the hardcore mum setting up the PlayStation. Absolutely. And then the dad brings in the kid or whatever. And he's like, oh, is that a Harry Potter film for the PlayStation 2? Let's get it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it just screams film rather than game. And again, that is where it went wrong. Absolutely. And I think I say that because it does, and it doesn't scream game, it screams film more than anything. And I think that's why I said that there in my brain. That's just what I was wanting to interpret. But yeah, nevertheless, there we go. We have got Dumbledore himself just going down the camera there with his wand. Pretty badass. I like it, but very focused. Again, it doesn't scream much action. And, you know, if you're a gamer, that's what you want, I would assume anyway. And again, that is just my interpretation. I know other people actually would prefer maybe just somebody there, you know, down the camera, giving them the eye. Yeah, okay, we're ready to go. Come on, let me take you for the journey. You know, and that's cool. That's cool. But for me, I like to see a little bit more grit in my box arts and, of course, on the backdrop. But nevertheless, we are greeted with some screenshots there. And again, not much action. I think we've only just got one screenshot there with a massive blast. And you know me, I love a good fire effect. Absolutely. But again, yeah, just one. Not even quite sure what's happening there. The blast is so big that it actually covers up a lot of what is going on there. So I wouldn't say that's actually the best screenshot they should have used. But okay, looks like, yeah, we have got some potion making. That's really, really cool. We all like to collect all those ingredients to, you know, try and please Snape. Okay, so that's cool, and I don't mind that. There is a nice big pop of green there. At least there is like a poppy colour used, because that is really lacking in this, isn't there? There's not too many poppy colours. Yellow is a great poppy colour. Green is a great poppy colour. Yeah, again, with these really kind of like darky blues, you know, imagine this, and I've said it before, you know, you've got your box art all lined up in the storefront, and you've got this, you know, and then you've got that, you know, hands down, you're going to be picking up this over that. I mean, I could be wrong, but come on, most gamers are on the same vibe, aren't they? They're going to be wanting this hardcore case, you know, and they want to explore what's going on in here rather than that. But yeah. And then of course, yeah, there's a bit of Quidditch, you know, they do like to add a bit of Quidditch in there. I mean, oh my god, I'm not a fan of the Quidditch, but, you know, core mechanic of every Harry Potter game, isn't there? There's always a bit of Quidditch, so yeah, absolutely. And again, very dark there. You know, they could have at least put him in his nice bright red robes, not some sort of brown thing that you can barely see. So yeah, not a massive fan of the back here. I would say the front actually does a lot of the talking. The back, and that's kind of where you want to know what's going on, doesn't really scream much, unfortunately, but yeah, and again, it is very much just screaming movie to me. It just like reveal the action of the movie. You know, say something a little bit better on the box art here, but yeah, okay, it is what it is. But guys, we are gonna flip this in and over to the disc and the manual, so let's take another sip. Let's go. Okay, baby, let's go. So let's give this an artsy game up. Pop. Oh, God. Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah, this is quite a firm case. All right. All right then. And here we go. We're just going to open up this bad boy here. And we are greeted with the lovely disc. And of course, the beautiful manual there. So yeah, we will start with the disc. And instantly, it is not a copy and paste, which is nice. I do like that. And I'm gonna say I do actually like this, so we're gonna take a bit of a closer look. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna say I like this as an artist, you know, going in, that has, yeah, given me a nice vibe. So yeah. Okay, here we go. So just clicking this, you know what I'm saying, carefully pop this down to one side. All right, and here we are. So yes, we are greeted with that lovely cloudy blue, you know, fluttering into different greens and greys there, which is really nice. It is the sky, I have confirmed that, but nevertheless, for me, I get a watery vibe, and you know me now, I love the sea. I really do love the sea, and I holiday in Cornwall a lot. So anytime I see kind of like, you know, any remnants of a sea effect, that is so me. It just gives me a warm feeling inside, and I want my games to do that as well. Games are so nostalgic for me, and a lot of my gaming I did when I was younger, playing them in Cornwall next to the sea. So that is so peak nostalgia for me. So when I see something like that, yes, I'm in love. So we have got, again, that lovely, yeah, I would say same effect that was seen in the front here, which is nice. And again, we have got that lovely lighter colour here, which again, for me, as a gamer, might, yeah, I would say maybe suggest there are going to be some maybe lighter scenes, and funnier scenes, more light-hearted scenes, which is nice. It's not always going to be that hardcore fight. I could be wrong, by the way, guys. I've never played this game before. That's why I always do a first interpretations of me going in, and it's always so interesting when I do the video after I've played to see if my thoughts and feelings of just looking at the disc and the manual and the front cover, you know, did they match or did they completely not, you know? So I do like doing that. But yeah, the lighter stuff here really screams like, yeah, there might be a little bit more funnier scenes in here. You know, it's not so hardcore after all, which I like. Yeah, we've got just a nice space for the PlayStation. The PlayStation logo down here, and a nice space for the Harry Potter logo up there as well, which is nice and clear and visible. Not too much going on. So yeah, a really lovely, pretty disc, I would say. Very pretty, and that's all you need. Really, that's all you need. So yeah, here we go. Pop in. Actually, I was about to say popping it back in, but no, we need to give it the artsy game a spin, guys. Oh yeah, and here we go. Yes. Oh, you down the camera there. There you go. If you are liking what you're seeing here today, and you still I was wondering, you haven't bothered turning me off yet, then yes. If you are liking it, definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. Honestly, it means the world and it will help out the channel massively. And yeah, but very nice clean disc there. Well done, David. We are doing well with regards to giving our audience the best, you know, complete and boxed experience here. So well done, David. But here we go. Popping this back in the case here, guys. You know what I mean? Oh, yes. And yeah, here we go. We are greeted with the manual. And yeah, we're going to take a little flick through this. So again, just carefully peeling it out. I wouldn't say it's too thick. So, you know, probably not going to be that long spent on this, but yeah, here we go. Hopefully there's going to be some nice character models to look at. But yeah, let's take another sip, guys. Come on, join me. Let's take another sip. Let's go. Okay, baby. Now, I believe this was a purchase from Vinted. I mean, David, correct me if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, David didn't actually spot there was some black tape just presented here on the actual cover of the manual. I don't know why somebody would decide to do that. Maybe there was a price on there or something and they couldn't quite get it off, so had to just, I don't know, stick it down with some tape maybe this was a gift to somebody. I can be completely wrong there. But it does just take away the Potter bit of the logo. But to be honest with you, it is just the same cover that is seen in the front there. So, you know, we have done our little interpretation of it. So yeah, we will just crack on and have a little look. So apart from the black tape, it is a very nice, you know, very nice manual here. Yeah, really, really lovely. You know, no rips, no tears, no scuffs. So yeah, thank you, David. Thank you, David. So yeah, just taking a flick through now. So of course it probably will just be going over some basic UI. It does look there. Yeah, there is a little bit of storytelling. I like that. Maybe when we go back into this after I've played, we will do a little bit of a read. Yeah, as I've started to do that now as well. Yeah, so I'll give it a bit of a read next time. But I do like that. They have actually set the scene, which is really nice. Cool. I mean, come on. This should... Come on. There could have been a character model there, don't you think? Don't you think? That's screaming for a character model. Come on, EA. You did it so well in the other, you know, games. Why didn't you put it off here? It's such a shame. But okay, yeah, here we go. So we have got a screenshot there. Again, Harry just standing there, focused, maybe contemplating life again. We still haven't really seen too much action yet, but nevertheless, there we go. We have got a screenshot. Him just standing there with the Hogwarts castle and maybe the Quidditch pitch just in the backdrop there. So yeah, okay, nice. And again, shame it's not in colour. It would have been beautiful. But yeah, there we go. That's our first screenshot. And again, some basic text here as well. They have actually got a nice little subtle backdrop here actually behind the text, which is nice. It isn't just like a grey, boring backdrop there. So that is actually quite nice. I think it's just, you know, flutters and sparks of spells just dotted around there, which is nice. Just something to catch the eye here and there. But okay, cool. Oh, nice. So again, we have got some more screenshots there of the potion making. So there is a big, pot there ready to create your potions. I'm sure there's going to be exploration trying to get ingredients for that. That does seem to be prevalent for most of the games. It looks like we do have some dueling, actually very dark image. They do need to make these images brighter, I'm sorry. I wouldn't even say that's the camera here. They are just literally so dark, you can barely make out what is going on here. But that is Harry just there, about to take out somebody, I believe, on that dueling panel. So yeah, that could be there to just maybe practice your spells. That might be quite a cool mechanic if that is here. So it looks like you can join a dueling club. So that's pretty cool. Again, here we go, Quidditch. So that's actually quite a nice scene there. That would be actually really beautiful if it was in colour. Yeah, really, really nice. So it looks like Quidditch, probably is going to be quite big in this game as well. Oh my god. And then, just nothing too much, guys. Nothing too much. Oh dear. I mean, come on, just some blank pages. Throw in a few character models. Come on, EA. What are you playing at? Okay, maybe these were just left for notes, but what a shame. Just 3 extra pages, I say there, that could have been, used for some awesome art. Put a bit of action in there. Entice that gamer. Especially when your box art is looking like this, looking like the actual film, You want to actually maybe put some screenshots out of the game itself, like, in action. But no, nothing there, unfortunately. And then there we go, just the back there. There we go. Right, then I will pop this back though. But although there's, you know, pros and cons to this, absolute pros and cons, I have heard that this game is very good actually. A lot better than Goblet of Fire. And Goblet of Fire was the first game actually in the franchise where they started to use this style of box art with the actual actor used, and yeah, that's when it all dropped off, I believe. And actually the Goblet of Fire was pretty awful. But then after Goblet of Fire, things did start to pick up a little bit, and then now I have finally completed the set with Half-Blood Prince, and apparently this one is actually pretty good, so I definitely will be playing this over on TikTok for sure. And again, when I complete it, I will go back and then just deep dive into my thoughts and feelings of what the box art is doing, and you know, how it is portrayed in the game, and so on, which I do like to do, yeah. But nevertheless, although, like I said, very mixed feelings about this, I am so privileged to have this in the collection. A massive thank you to David again for purchasing this for me for my birthday, and of course for you, the viewers, to sit back, relax with your coffee and tea, and either watch my complete unboxed experience or watch my awful gameplay on TikTok. So yeah, I have a mixed audience. So a massive thank you, David. Although I may have been slagging it off a little bit, I truly love it. So thank you so much. And I can now say I have completed my Harry Potter collection on the PlayStation 2. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So yeah, so I will pop that back to one side. Can I just say also a massive thank you to Vivi, Chloe and Tea Break Drawings. They have sent me some of their PlayStation 2 collection, and next week I'm hoping to do a video of their little collections. They've sent a few videos and screenshots of their collection, and I'm just going to actually do a little video on them, just picking out some of the games. I go, oh, I haven't played that one, and oh, this one looks good, and then I might actually choose a game from their collection that I've never played before and I will purchase. I will of course do a complete unboxed experience for you guys, and yeah, I might even get a bit of a gameplay on TikTok, yeah, so oh my gosh, lots to look forward to. Yes. Right then, before this video becomes too long again, guys, I just want to make a quick shout out to my comment of the day from the last video. Yes, and of course it has to go to Philippa. She was one of my friends who kindly gifted me the retro arcade machine just behind there, and this awesome light that I've now got to complete the setup, shall I say. And she goes, oh, I recognise that arcade console, or something like that. So yeah, I will leave that screenshot at the end of this video for you to read and enjoy. Oh gosh, guys, I was about to wrap it up, but no. I mean, you can, end the video now if you want to, but yes, number 3, we do need to open up our egg number 3. So yes, let's go. Harry Potter related, so all very in theme, guys, all very in theme. Right, here we go. Round 2. Did I say egg number 3? This is actually egg number 2. Right, let's go. Oh God, I can't. God, right, got it. Oh, okay, this is looking good. I know who this is. Oh. I thought it was Hagrid, but it's not. Sorry, Hermione. I just saw this big black hair there, but no, it's Hermione. We'll just pop Hermione together. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. So yesterday I got Malfoy there in his awesome Quidditch kit. And now I have Hermione here in her lovely uniform with her Gryffindor scarf. Yes, I'm getting a bit of a collection now. And I keep saying, oh, Kinder, man. Kinder. They are pulling out the stops with these little gifts, aren't they? They're actually proper key rings as well. So yeah, again, thank you, David, for gifting these to me for my birthday. Yeah, really, really awesome. Right then, again, I'll pop these to one side. And now I can finally wrap up today's video. All right then, guys, that is me, the Artsy Gamer. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Over and out.